This is Minish Cap walkthrough number 25 here. We just wrapped up the third dungeon in the game, the Fortress of Winds. And in this part, we're going to be getting a piece of heart, and we're also going to be starting the library quest.
Yeah, which is, Britt and I both agree. It's not one of our favorite quests in the game, but obviously it's necessary to get to the next dungeon. I wouldn't really call it filler because, when you find like what you got to do to progress, like it makes sense, but just I remember it taking me forever because there was just some clues. I was like, I have no idea who has this book.
It stretches across the next 3 parts of our
it's the next 3 parts. Well, I kind of divided each one of them. Obviously this one is not the whole library quest,
of course.
Kind of divided each part into each library book.
Now this Kinstone Fusion, I about forgot what it's called. We're gonna do does create one of my personal favorite visuals in this game. You're gonna get to see that here in just a couple of minutes. So it's an important fusion to do.
Yeah, and actually, me and Red were talking. Actually, I guess I did the wrong Kinstone fusions the first time playing this game, but I never got this to appear, and so I just missed out on that the first time playing through. And I was kind of upset that the second time I was seeing it, just you're
like, holy moly,
this actually happens.
Yeah, and we're going to be making our way to that beanstalk here now that we've, what's the guy's name? Malari?
Malari. Are you talking about who we're fusing?
This guy,
yeah. Malari,
I butchered his name last time we were in his mine here.
But we'll talk about, obviously just the beanstalk appearing right there is not cool, but the view that will begin when we go up this beanstalk here in a second is just...
Yeah.
It's my favorite visual in the entire game.
It is kind of weird to be back here on Mount Cornell again.
Like I said, we return here quite a bit, and a lot of it's just Kinstone Fusion.
It is.
And there's also some sword techniques or upgrades that we got to over here.
From one of the blades that's here, yeah.
So, I'm kind of a fan, I do like traveling back to the areas. Yeah. And, getting new things from them. It can be a pain in a way, but, if it's offering new things, instead of just passing through, I do like that concept.
And now that we've got the Ocarina of Winds that lets us get to these old areas a lot quicker, it's much less of a pain in the
neck. It is. The only thing I didn't like about Mount Cornell is how you couldn't right there we had to go all the way down. Yeah. Go all the way to the left and climb all the way back up. I wish on the top part there would have been an easier way to get back and forth between the areas.
Now that's not to totally stop your point, but this view right here,
it's amazing.
The first time I saw that, I'm like, holy crap, that looks awesome.
Well, it has everything. It has a stream kind of going through the valley. Yeah. Then, then obviously it has the valley. Yeah. Then it has the mountains. Then the mountains with snow. And you have some hills to your left and right. Yeah. It's got everything jam-packed right there.
It just came out of nowhere, too.
I guess those are mountains on the left and right, too, but...
good enough. But it's such a beautiful little visual that you never expect to see when you're up here.
No, definitely not.
So I just, for some reason, the first time I played that, I was like, I stopped on that beanstalk, took a screenshot. I'm like, this is awesome.
It is. Like I said, it's probably my favorite visual in the game.
It really is. It just, like I said, just kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's really neat.
Now, right here, we're actually going to fuse Kinstones with the Goron. Yeah. I just completely forgot about this earlier in the game. I actually talked to him. Or I fused Kinstones to get him digging, or something like that.
Yeah, we got him digging at least.
Yeah, and I just totally forgot to fuse Kinstones, and I'm just going back right here and just doing something I forgot, which happens sometimes when you're doing a full walkthrough. So
I like how the rocks right outside his cave had shaped looked like Goron faces.
I didn't even pay attention to that, to be honest with you.
It's a nice little touch. It's kind of creepy. It's like they look like heads of Gorons.
And what actually we do is some of these Gorons. I'm not sure if it happens in this part. I don't think I'm not really sure if it happens in this part. I'll describe that when we get there. We'll talk about that. But
what this one does do, though, is it gives us the Goron merchant that comes into Hyrule Town. Yeah. And he will be selling Kinstone.
Yeah, he's a ripoff. He's a thief, is what he is. Yeah. Because he sells Kinstones just for a ridiculous price. And, if you do enough exploring this game, you should never have to buy Kinstones.
Yeah, especially if you don't start doing some of the fusions until after the first couple dungeons. You should have such a collection of Kinstone pieces that you'll be in good shape already.
Well, I'm not positive on this, but I'm getting towards the end of the game recording-wise.
Yeah.
And I thought that there's only a certain number. That is kind of cool right there. But I thought there was just the number of Kinstones for Kinstone fusions. But I think you can actually get extra. I'm not positive, but I think you can.
I would assume you can just keep buying them if you want.
Actually, that's a good point. You could keep on. Yeah, you're exactly right. You could keep on buying. So what I'm saying is, I didn't buy one Kinstone, and I have a lot extra.
Exactly.
At the end of the game. So it's just something. Just go exploring. You'll get enough Kinstones.
Yeah. Especially the red ones, obviously, are the rare. Well, not as rare as the gold.
Yeah.
The rarest normal.
Well, the gold serve more of a purpose, just in that part. You use it in that part to do something.
Yeah. Now I like that we warped here to Lake Hylia. And we talked to this guy, and he says there's only one way to get to the next dungeon, and that's to go talk to this Minish Elder Library,
which is awesome.
Which is
his name is Library, and he's in the library. Oh, that's priceless. Good job, Nintendo.
Yeah,
good job.
Clever naming.
Oh
right?
Yeah, it was clever.
Yeah, so that is what's going to kick off our whole long quest of going through the library.
Yeah,
returning books. So we don't like you very much, Elder Library.
I mean, I do like the concept of why the books have to be there. That is one thing I do enjoy, but
yeah,
like I said, like when we first started this video, just like some of the clues, I was like, I had no idea.
Oh, I agree.
I have absolutely no idea. Just consult the internet.
Yeah, pretty much. Thank God for them internets.
Yeah. God, can you imagine, like, well, this game kind of came out late, but
yeah,
I mean, there's some Zelda games, like, you know, like if you didn't have the guide, I mean, you were lost right there.
And I do think it's really cool, though, that
see the 4 dungeons,
like, see the 4 dungeons right there, and
off to our right.
The guy that we talked to right there actually gives us the name of it. He says it's called.
Oh, that guy right there. I didn't notice that part.
He does say it's called the Temple of Droplets. And it's a pretty awesome dungeon when we get there.
It is a very good dungeon. I agree with you there.
It is. I just think it's kind of cool to see it right there, and you're like, but it's a long time before.
Well, like I didn't even know that was a dungeon though. Like like when I first played this game, I was like, I just thought it was like, you know, whatever, like a Minish hole or something like that.
Well, that's a good point because it looks just like when you turn like one of these things upside down. Yep, that's exactly what it looks like.
Well, it looks like the Minish holes that you fall in later on, like throughout the game.
Yeah, so I agree with you there that without him sitting there telling you, I'm sure you noticed that thing outside. It's like you would have never noticed it.
And as you can see right here, we have some library books missing, obviously, which I think, did we already talk to the library? Oh, no, we talked
Not yet.
Yeah, we talked to this guy up here, and he tells us that some books are missing. But they need these books right here to get to the Elder Library, and that's why we gotta go on this quest right here.
Which is so stupid. His door is right there.
Yeah, but there's a book sticking out, obviously.
You think Link could get resourceful and like climb along the edge?
Well, he has the moments. It can dig through dirt, but the moments cannot dig through paper. Are you kidding me?
Come on, Zelda logic.
yeah. Well, it always makes sense. The physics of the game.
Yeah, but I mean, you're right though. Like the idea that we have to collect these books to fill in the holes to get to the guy is actually kind of a cool concept by itself. But yeah, they do drag it out a little bit.
As you can see, like that book to our right there, like the books that we'll get have like ladders is basically what they have. And so it's kind of what we're getting to kind of go all the way up around. I guess Elder Library likes his privacy or something because he's kind of got like an enclosed area right there.
He does. It is funny though, and we'll kind of talk about this a little bit more when we get to him. He does mention he's like he hasn't had a visitor in a long time.
Well, yeah, it's because the books are overdue. Because like apparently these books, they really don't tell you how long they've been, but they've been overdue for a very long time.
The librarian definitely says that they've been missing for quite a while.
How about like later on we return them all? You'll see in a little while how happy she gets.
She's a little crazy.
Librarians are, they get excited. You remember our high school librarian? Yeah. She's a pretty excitable character.
That is very, very true.
So, just like this game,
Yeah, when she gets her books back, though, you'll see her reactions are just priceless. You're like, girl, you love your job way too much.
Now, this one right here didn't actually bother me. Like, I knew who the girl was that had a pet because, I've been, like, you spend a lot of time in a Hyrule Town, so you kind of get to know what's in each house, and so I knew where this one was. It was the second one that caused me so many problems.
And that's, like, one thing we've mentioned before, how much we love everything that's going on in Hyrule Town. I feel like in this game we spend so much time in this town.
And I love that. I love that part of it.
I agree. We spend so much time walking around it, walking through it, as both grown up and as a Minish, that it's just like you really get to know your way around the village or town, whatever. It's really cool.
Like we said in one of the very first walkthrough videos, like it's just so it's obviously festive during the festival.
Well, definitely.
But like after that, like it's so festive and there's so much going on, and just for like a 2D handheld game, I mean, Hyrule Town, I mean, it's just an awesome place.
It really is, and the game does a good job of keeping us here quite a bit.
I do like how they put a lot in here. I mean, if you think about like
important
in like Hyrule Town or Castle, what's it called in Ocarina of Time?
Castle Town.
But like we walk through it. There's like a few items that we get, but all we do is really walk through it. We never spend time in there. This game takes advantage of that.
It does. I think the fusions are kind of part of that because we fuse with a lot of people here, and we've criticized the fusing a little bit.
I'm so I like some concepts of it. I don't like others. So,
but it does keep us in this town and keeping us running around both, like I said, as a grown up and as a Minish.
Now I love that right there. I had no clue that you could actually put out like the fire in these games and climb the chimney. Like Red and I both agreed that we had to go on the internet to look that up to just figure out how to do that part.
Otherwise, I'd have never known. But now that we've got that door opened up, this wraps up part number 25.